What's going on? It's Drewz Viewz here, back for Anime Monday, reacting to anime on Monday. Well, releasing it on Monday at least. It's Saturday right now. Just watched a thrilling match between Argentina and France in the World Cup, and now I'm excited for what hopefully will be a thrilling match between Prince Schneizel and his younger half-brother, Zero, aka Lelouch v Britannia, in Code Geass R2, Lelouch of the Rebellion, episode 22. So, of course, Schneizel wants to be the Emperor, but at the end of last episode, Lelouch took over. Now, it seems like I screwed up some things when I was recapping and reacting to episode 21 based on some comments I got on the video. And it was confusing to me a little bit. So I'd thought that when they're in C's world there and his parents disappeared and all that, I thought Lelouch was gassing the collective consciousness or what. I mean, I'm still a little confused on the whole God thing from C's world or what the Emperor is trying to do to create the Ragnarok connection. But I thought that Lelouch was using his gas on, like, via that connection to get everyone on Earth, like, under his control or whatever. And then when he was at the end of the episode, and his other siblings that were there in the court, when he got them to all say, "All hail Lelouch" and all that, I thought that was part of it, but apparently that I'm wrong about that. It was something about him requesting it to the god, and then that was just the normal use of the gas there at the end. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to actually go back and watch the scene from episode 21 one more time before I move on to 22. And actually, I pulled up the dub here, so just for fun, I'm going to watch it via the dub, so it's a little different. I'm not a big dub fan anyway. Like, I usually like watching the subs. I know a lot of other reactors like to do the dubs. I think it's easier, I guess, which may be the case because you can hear it in English in your head, if you're an English speaker, obviously. But, you know, I'm a sub fan all the way in general, but I'm curious kind of to see what it sounds like anyway, so I'm going to go back and rewatch that whole couple minutes or whatever right now. Let's see what we got, and then I'll continue to episode 22.
The man who works miracles. Your Geass power will have no effect on me, nor will it on anyone else here. No. There's someone else here.
I like the Emperor's voice sounds pretty good. I don't know about Lelouch's here.
C's world is the will of mankind itself, and all men are not equal. Remember those words? They're your own. God cannot be defeated by the power of the king. I don't intend to defeat God. This is a request. Yes. Now I know who I really am. God!
Okay, this is a request. He's saying.
Ungrateful child!
Nobody would have wanted this. No one, and especially not Yuffie.
See to we still bear the marks of Geass. No matter what occurs, we...
He calls her C2 in the dub?
Darling, you...
No, it's not possible. I'm supposed to be immortal. There's only one truth here. You, my own parents, you abandoned us! You clever little fool! Suzaku, stay out of this. Can't you...
Suzaku. I don't like that pronunciation.
Be gone now! It can't be.
There's something about it. I guess I'm still a little confused on Waldstein's gas power too, but he just, I guess, has some connection with the Emperor, like, mentally.
Announcement to the entire
Might as well
nation.
just finish the episode out here.
Live international coverage of this from Pendragon Imperial Palace.
What? It can't be!
What?
Of our father.
Charles Z. Britannia, the 98th Emperor, no longer lives, and I'm the one who took his life. That makes me the next Emperor. As
I mentioned in my last reaction to this one, that's not really how succession typically works, but...
Suzaku! But why?
Still want to know what Suzaku and Lelouch discussed in that interim month here.
In the title Knight of Zero.
Suzaku?
Smug look on his face there.
Acknowledge me as Emperor!
Lelouch, I insist that...
And I don't think I mentioned it last time, but he has two, he has it in both of his eyes now, and it used to be just the one. All hail Lelouch. All hail Lelouch. Oh, C2 looks upset.
The question is, what comes next? Which will control the world? Will it be Lelouch's Geass power, or will it be...
Will it be what, Schneisel? What you got up your sleeve? You got a checkmate coming? As I said, I'm kind of Team Schneisel. I don't know. But, alright, so that was, alright, so I rewatched it. I did pick up, I mean, on these dubs, it sounds a little more exposition-y. That's one of the reasons I don't like them as much. I mean, even when you read the sub, it's a lot of anime is a lot of exposition as well. It's just kind of the style I'm picking up on, but yeah, it sounds, you get away with it more when you're reading it, to me at least. But yeah, okay, so I understand that God was asked by Lelouch rather than commanded or gassed, I guess. I mean, this whole God concept's still a little confusing to begin with, and is God the one that created these gases in the first place? I suppose so. But anyway, as for the dub there, yeah, C2, that's weird that they're calling her that. Suzaku, I didn't like the sound of that. Lelouch's voice wasn't great. I don't know. The Emperor and Marianne sounded pretty good, I guess. But yeah, overall, I don't know. I'm glad I'm watching the sub instead. But anyway, that was a little interesting experiment. Now I want to move on to 22 here. Fourth last episode, I do believe. Wow, we're cruising along. And I really want to see what Schneisel has planned here. It's gonna be good, it better be. 99th Emperor Lelouch, who was seated to the throne only a few days ago. Interesting. Erasing history, Lelouch. Died hard's on Schneisel side now, I think. Shinkai, what are you gonna do? See, that's why he's hard to root for. Become my slaves. Of course Lloyd would want to do that. Did Charles wear a kind of hat like that? I don't remember now. Lelouch is kind of trying to, at least of what it appears here, he's trying to make his own world anyway, just kind of like his father was, just of a different kind. I mean, is it that much different? I don't know. Oh yeah, I didn't say that. Normally I say the title before I start my reaction. So this one's called Emperor Lelouch, makes sense. Good thing I didn't read all the titles before I started watching the season in general. It would have been spoiled there. Is Nino living with Millie now? Saying stop in English. Oh, Rivals is getting on the Pizza Hut train. He's got the sponsorship now. Pizza looks gross as usual. Well, what do you expect? You're basically a war criminal, you know? Wonder how much more time has passed here and say today. So Knights of the Round are on Schneisel's team. Now Schneisel wasn't the oldest child either, I don't think, was he? Like if succession was in terms of that normal way, who's the oldest, that would it be the, what's his name, I think? That was at the end of the last episode and they mentioned at the beginning of this one. Because I thought he was Schneisel's older brother. It's basically civil war here. Was it sutured shut and he just broke that by a blinking heart? That's pretty badass. Okay, so you can see the future, not read. It's kind of seemed like you could read minds with his gas, but I guess it's seeing the future. Right? Thought he already was it previous gas that ordered him to live broken. Huh? Why did he say Marianne there? Gotta take it back to the beginning. Who was that? Not you, Lelouch. Poor rebels. Is that Nina?
光月カレン隊長ですね。
はい。私が案内させていただきます。
少し遠回りしてもいいでしょうか。
What does he think people are gonna read their lips or something?
提させてある。ギアス対策は問題ない。
光月からは自分がギアスにかかっていると思われる場合は
Goggles will block out the gas?
あいつは仲間になりに来たんだからよ。
This guy's always wrong, so don't think that's what he's doing.
だがいなければ私たちは新宿ゲットで死んでいた。黒の騎士団はなかった。地位がお望み。それともこれもゲームなの。ルルーシュ、あなたは私のことどう思ってるの？どうしてイカルガで私に君は生きろと言ったのよ。
Oh, that's been coming for a while, I would say. Still not gonna tell her anything.
最高評議会は体育館で行う予定です。
So they're never gonna see each other again? Is that the implication?
超合衆国への加盟を認めていただきたい。ギアス対策か。しかし、これでギアスのことは黒の騎士団の中核メンバーとかぐやしか知らないとはっきりしたな。
あなたの狙いは何ですか？悪逆皇帝ルルーシュ。
これはいいのか。
Treacherous Emperor
今のブリ
Lelouch.
タニアはあなたたちにとっても良い国では。
果たしてそうか。最大の人口を誇る国家は
ブリタニアだ。
ここでブリタニアが超合衆国に加盟すれば、
過半数の票をルルーシュ皇帝が持つことになる。
つまり超合衆国は事実上あなたに乗っ取られてしまうことになるのでは。
滑る資格とは何ですか。
教師です。人が人を滑るにはい
い答えだ。あなたはやはり優秀だ。しかし私の答えは違う。
壊す。
世界も自分自身すら。
いけない。やっぱり何か仕込んで。
Of course he is.
皇帝陛下に対する無礼は許しません。何？
公海から日本の領海へ入りつつあります。
ここで奇襲とは。
So is this just a feint to take over Japan or China or something? Decoy,
国
yeah.
際的な信用を裏切ったまで。
いいえ、もはや信用などいらないということでしょう。やっぱり目的は独裁政治。
私は世界の敵となった。
Where's Schneidel?
人質を殺す覚悟があってこその行動。ここは各国の判断を待たねば超合衆国そのものが崩壊する。
そう。民主主義を始めようか。
You wanted to marry this guy at one point, Kaguya.
もう私のことは放っておいて、あなたまで巻き込まれちゃう。
放っておけるわけないだろ。
ミレイちゃんに頼まれたから。あんたが
バカ。友達だからだ。おめでとう。
I think these two are two only ones you never got the gas used on them, unless I'm forgetting something.
よし。くれぐれも丁重にな。それと一緒にいるであろう学生は置いていけ。
Yes, Your Majesty.
陛下、アバロンから緊急入電です。
どうした？ テイト、ベンドラゴンに。
So what does he want with Nina?
先手を打たれたか。
Oh, is the Schneisel coming in?
な要塞でしょうか。全長 3km あります。
Where'd that come
一体
from?
何が。
ルルーシュ、やはり君の推測通り。
ああ、一次製造軍のフレイヤ弾頭。間違いなくトロモ機関が開発していた天空要塞ダモクレスに搭載さ
I
れている
guess he just wants Nina to ask more about the flares and how many there are and
皇室
whatnot.
専用チャンネルを知っているの。
他人を従えるのは気持ちがいいかい、ルルーシュ。
シュナイゼル。
フレイヤ弾頭は全て私が回収させてもらった。
ブリタニア皇帝に弓を引くと。
残念だが私は君を皇帝と認めていない。
なるほど。皇帝にふさわしいのは自分だと。
違うな、間違っているよ、ルルーシュ。ブリタニアの皇帝にふさわしいのは彼女だ。
I knew it. I knew it. I didn't know it, but I was very suspicious, as I mentioned multiple times.
スザクさん。
Didn't see anybody. Wow.
敵です。
If I wasn't Team Schneisel, oh god, it's the end, okay. Well, if I wasn't Team Schneisel already, which I pretty much was, now that he's been keeping Nunnely's secret, she's alive. I don't know if he's being serious when he says he wants her to be emperor or whatever, but, or empress, I guess. But yeah, no, Team Schneisel, where it's at. He's got the flare warheads on his side. So that's like having like all the nuclear weapons, I guess. Cornelia by his side, I always like her anyway. And Lelouch is being an asshole. I mean, the only thing is, it's even with like the conversation with Callan, it's hard to tell if Lelouch has like a grander scheme or plan here other than just like seemingly taking over the world, being the one person in charge, which is clearly what it seems like he's doing. This whole talk of democracy and all that is quite a farce, of course, but yeah, what he's doing now is he hardly, I mean, yeah, he freed the 11s and Japan, whatever, but, and, you know, burned all the old emperor stuff, but is he's just being one different kind of dictator, really, and if the goal is democracy for the world to be better, then he's not doing that. Now, like I said, maybe there's 3 episodes left, so maybe there's some, it'll end with some, like, reveal that Lelouch was really doing something else all along, and he does still have Suzaku on his side, so we kind of got a little more, I mean, they kept talking about this zero something, or was it zero, or, see, now I should have wrote it down or something, or remembered it, but there's some term they mentioned a couple times between Suzaku and Lelouch, like zero theorem or something. That might not be right, but anyway, there's something else going on, and maybe they have some secret plan, but obviously he's surprised that not only is alive there. Is that going to change anything? I'm sure it will for him, but what? Who knows? And it is interesting, yeah, that so everyone on the Chinese Japan side is, which includes the Black Knights, obviously, is against him. I guess Tard's on Schneisel's side too there, but we didn't see him this episode. They mentioned him. Yes, very interesting. So I'm trying to think, how did Schneisel get Nunnally? They must have just pulled her out there right before the thing went off or whatever. And then this like castle thing in the sky they showed just now, I guess that's where they were beaming in from. Yeah, so the classmates, of course, they had the thing at the school. It seems like all his classmates are now, I mean, obviously it makes sense that he is keeping this secret from him the whole time. Makes sense that they would be wary about him now. Millie seemed very conflicted. Rivals, obviously. It's good seeing Nina and Rivals together. That was cool. I mean, they haven't got, especially Rivals, they haven't got much to do this season because the storyline just doesn't revolve around the school much anymore. So maybe a few episodes more toward the beginning of R2 here, but it's interesting. I wonder if the classmates are gonna make. I mean, obviously Nina's tied in with this, and she's like the weapons mastermind. But Millie, Rivals, he's got. I'm sure he's dead, obviously, R.I.P. But these are like classmates. I wonder if they're going to factor in any significant way in the final episodes here. I would think maybe. So yeah, now I'm just. I mean, that was quite the ending. I'm trying to think of what else to discuss here, or figure out what's going to happen going forward with the civil war here, as it essentially is. So I wonder if Schneisel really will. Is he really gonna have Nunnally rule with? I mean, obviously, I would think he would be the puppet ruler or whatever, but he's a smart guy. But and maybe that is a better position to be in. I don't know. Or is it mainly just to throw Lelouch off balance, which it's certainly gonna do here? I don't know. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. But yeah, I'm happy that Nunnally's still alive, obviously, and I was suspicious, like I had been saying. So excellent. They don't kill every little innocent girl on the show, just most of them. All right. So yeah, I don't know where to go from here. Pretty excited to get into episode 23 next time. Really on the home stretch here. So hey, please subscribe to the channel if you like these and you're not already. Feel free to leave me a comment. Generally, I'm getting something wrong. Usually not as bad as I got wrong with the last one, but I ask questions throughout. As long as it's not spoiling something, feel free to answer those for me too, if it's something I should pick up on or no. And yeah, join me here next week, next Anime Monday, for R2 episode 23. And until then, peace. Nunnally live.
あなたって本当におバカさんだったのね。
あんたと